is Focal Point News, your front row seat to campus headlines and the conversations driving Spartan Nation. Coming up on Focal Point, potholes plaguing drivers across all of mid-Michigan, and you might be one of them.
Find out how these potholes are affecting MSU students.
Find out about community backlash at a city council meeting.
How these bookworms turned athletes are still making magic. Covering campus and your local neighborhoods, Focal Point starts right now.
We're back with another episode of Focal Point, this time in the AM. I'm Kendra Conley.
And I'm Liam Clymer. It's Friday, February 27th, and we've got to get this show on the road because it's almost spring break already.
You're not the only one, Liam. Tons of students are going to be driving off today when their classes are done.
We've got Amy Cho live to tell you how to avoid those pesky potholes so you can travel safely for the break. Amy?
Thanks, Liam and Kendra. I'm right outside campus on East Kalamazoo Street, and this street is notoriously filled with potholes. You can see right behind me how many there are, just one after the other, and how many cars are just driving over these potholes. Now, this could be an issue to Spartan drivers who are commuting to and from Lansing and East Lansing, not only by damaging their cars, but also affecting them personally. I was able to talk to an MSU student who has been personally impacted by these issues, but also by juggling student responsibilities as a student. I was also talking to an automotive technician who gave us a little bit of insight on what to do when encountering potholes. Take a look.
From fender benders to tire issues, Alec Badgley stays busy working on cars here at his family's auto repair shop. All winter long, customers come in with many types of issues, but as the snow starts to melt, the potholes appear, and so does the damage.
Probably see a car once, twice a week that come in, they say they hit a pothole, and now they're getting a noise in the front or getting a noise in the rear.
Commonly seen in colder regions, potholes are mainly created due to lack of maintenance on roads and the freeze and thaw cycle.
Ice and plowing and the cold weather, warm weather that we keep getting changes, it just creates holes.
And Alex says the cost to fix pothole damage can vary.
Some of them are pretty inexpensive sometimes, but if you hit the pothole just right, it can do a lot of damage to the car and ruin a lot of components.
These potholes are doing more than just damaging cars. They're affecting students every day.
There's some cracks, there's some big holes.
For students like Trey Carlini, hitting a pothole and getting a flat tire wasn't on his to-do list.
It kind of just happened out of nowhere and I had to deal with the consequences.
Trey wasn't expecting the damage to be severe. Instead, he found himself needing new tires.
Paying for the tires was a little stressful, especially when it's something that you don't really think of.
On top of a busy schedule, this created stress that he wasn't prepared for.
Well, kind of just having to deal with it. Like, I was starting out my new semester, I was adjusting to what my workload might be.
Trey says he's encountered more potholes since the incident and wants to see changes made.
Maybe just like a warning, you know, like a sign before you get on the road. If they eventually do make any changes, you know, like potholes are ahead, be careful.
Alex says the best thing to do when coming across potholes is to drive slowly and pay attention.
If you take the same route to work, remembering that there's going to be a pothole here and trying to slow down, go around it.
Otherwise, you may find yourself paying Alec a visit.
Now, if you're driving and encounter a pothole, drive slow and make sure you're aware of your surroundings. If you see one on IM or US routes, you can report them on Michigan.gov. If you see one on local roads while you're driving, you can report them to your local county road commission. Reporting live in Lansing, Amy Cho, Focal Point News. Liam and Kendra, travel safe.
Thanks, Amy. Same to you. Such important things to remember, especially as we move from winter to spring.
Right, that freeze and thaw is in full effect, and these fluctuating temps are causing some problems for East Lansing residents.
Changes could be coming to East Lansing's proposed camping ban after 2 city council members met with the ACLU and housing advocates, and public commentators pushed back. Focal Point's Andrew Burns explains what may shift and what's next.
King reminded us injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And today, that injustice is still standing right here in East Lansing.
Mike Gorshek is one of many who turned out to comment publicly at the last city council meeting.
You realize these folks don't have any other options.
Upset at the proposed ordinances that could levy fines and potential jail time for camping or sleeping in public areas. It's a move to curb homelessness in the community.
And to have a community like this embrace this concept, frankly, it breaks my heart.
And he's not alone. Nazia Layavardi isn't happy either.
And a society that criminalizes its poor has a severe problem calling itself a healthy democracy.
So there's a cycle of over-policing that seems to disproportionately impact unhoused individuals that I think is absolutely necessary for the City Council to consider ethically.
Neighboring community members showed up too.
I see from my own eyes, and everyone does, that when you criminalize homelessness in one city, it doesn't solve the problem, it just pushes it down to another city.
More than 20 citizens spoke during the community commentary portion of the meeting, with each person using most of, if not all, of their 5 allocated minutes. This section of the meeting lasted longer than any other portion of the City Council meeting.
We're backed up on housing vouchers. The shelters are filled to capacity. Folks, there are a lot of these folks have things going on with them. They can't inhabit a shelter.
You know, candidly, I came in here thinking we're not ready to make a decision on this.
After passing an extension on the meeting to continue past midnight, Councilmember Mark Meadows moved to postpone the vote.
I feel like we need more conversation, that there are changes that can be made here that maybe alleviate some of the concerns of the people in the audience. And, you know, personally, I think criminalizing this activity is the wrong way for us to go.
Further discussion and eventual voting on the ordinances have been moved to the discussion-only meeting on March 10th and then voting on the 17th. For Focal Point News, I'm Andrew Burns.
Council members will take up the issue again at a discussion-only meeting March 10th. A possible vote is scheduled 1 week later. Focal Point News will continue tracking the developments.
An 870-acre solar farm may be coming soon to Ingham County, part of which will be constructed in Leslie, a rural area between Mason and Jackson. But not everyone's excited about it. The project, much like this one on MSU's campus, is being fast-tracked through a 2023 law that shifts approval for some wind and solar projects to the State Public Services Commission. Leslie Township Supervisor Dallas Henney feels that the state hasn't listened to his community's concerns. He explained that Leslie isn't anti-solar. In fact, their community greenlit a solar project of their own in recent months. But with a large-scale project like this, he worries about his home becoming a ghost town used only for solar. As agricultural land in this majority farming county is being taken up, Henney says it isn't too late to compromise.
Rather than using the stick approach, they could have used the carrot approach, try to incentivize people in communities. And they could have very easily done, in my opinion. So.
Henney clarified that the State Public Services Commission has been doing some outreach in the area, but added that more needs to be done than just listening. The PSC says the solar farm will bring job opportunities and a source of clean energy.
One of the hottest new fast food joints is now open in mid-Michigan. We were there as lines led to big dollars for local people in need.
And if you're watching Focal Point right now, you're probably not going anywhere this spring break. We'll show you what it's like for those sticking around campus.
Welcome to the MSU Pavilion. It may not look like much now, but tomorrow it will be filled with over 100 exhibitors who all share the love of non-motorized outdoor sports.
The Quiet Adventure Symposium is an annual volunteer-run expo that celebrates outdoor activities that are a little less noisy. The expo has live demonstrations and speakers of all kinds dedicated to sports like biking, fishing, kayaking, or paddleboarding.
But the basic goal is to address issues with non-motorized outdoor adventures and environmental concerns.
Cynthia Donovan is the director, and she's gathered 33 speakers to talk about their own quiet adventures in nature. Going forward, she hopes to play a more active role in the community and help others learn about the importance of what she does. Tickets are free for students, $15 for adults, and this info can be found at quietadventures.org.
The symposium starts tomorrow and it will run from 9:30 to 5 o'clock. In East Lansing, I'm Kennedy DeMars, Focal Point News.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I am, but I feel like there's only unhealthy food at the dining hall, and I have allergies too.
What kind of allergies do you have?
I'm allergic to peanut butter, soy, and eggs too.
Eggs. Well, I do have a couple options for that. I have some good healthy options for here on the dining hall.
Really?
MSU has a variety of options for healthy dining, but one hall stands out. Thrive at Owen Hall is MSU's allergen-free dining hall, completely free from the Big 8 allergens plus gluten. Every dish is made from fresh ingredients with strict safeguards against cross-contact. With vegan, vegetarian, and dairy-free choices, Thrive makes eating healthy, safe, and delicious for every Spartan.
So what did you think?
I really liked it. It's really great for my allergies, and I'm going to start eating there from now on.
I'm glad you liked my suggestions.
Shake Shack, the national chain famous for burgers and milkshakes, celebrated their East Lansing grand opening last week. But as Focal Point's Micaiah Lawrence shows us, the hype isn't just about the food, it's also about giving back.
After months of work,
well, yeah, it's definitely been a long one.
Shake Shack opened its doors in East Lansing.
Hopefully we're really busy and saw a lot of burgers and sandwiches today.
Customers say the fast-growing chain is an exciting addition in a college town.
Just being in Frandor and having new buildings in Frandor is huge, so we're just like super excited for that.
Dylan Wilkes is excited to build on a tradition.
Me and my girlfriend love a Shake Shack, and every time we do like a road trip, we kind of find a way to make one like incorporate into our route.
And this is the restaurant's goal. General Manager Tyler Hart says,
we don't just want to be like a burger joint for people to come in. Like Shake Shack really focuses on its community.
You can see their motto all around the restaurant. It's stand for something good. And that's more than just what's in these ingredients.
Shake Shack actually reached out to us
and donated $1 to the MSU Food Bank for every burger and sandwich sold on opening day.
It is huge that they're willing to invest right away in our local community, especially our local MSU community.
They want to give back wherever they can.
Everything we do revolves around stand for something good, whether it's taking care of our team, taking care of our community, and serve people the best quality food that we can.
And look forward to what's to come.
We're really happy to be a part of the community. We're happy we're finally open, and we're just hoping that we can make this a great spot for Lansing and East Lansing to come together, hang out, and have a burger and a shake.
Their actions mean a lot.
By local organizations kind of giving back to Spartans, it shows them that their greater community cares about them and is willing to help them out and wants to see them succeed.
In East Lansing,
I'd like Spartans to know that we're here for them.
Micaiah Lawrence, Focal Point News.
Shake Shack is open from 10 a.m. to midnight Sunday through Thursday and 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Fridays. General Manager Tyler Hart says they hope to do more donation days in the future. Staff at the MSU Food Bank hope to be able to use donations to add more basic necessities and harder to source food items for students in need.
It's looking a little chilly for East Lansing next week, but hopefully some sunshine sticks around for our spring breakers staying here on campus. For some students, staying in East Lansing isn't a choice, it's a necessity. Whether it's work commitments, athletic training, research responsibilities, or travel costs, many Spartans are spending their break right here on campus. Empty dorm halls and quieter sidewalks create a different atmosphere, but campus services remained open for those who stay. Whether you're sticking around East Lansing or hitting the road, we hope everyone has a safe break.
It's not exactly a tropical paradise, but hopefully we'll have some sunny weather here at home throughout the next week.
Audrey Pelzik is at the weather wall to give us some hopefully good news. Audrey?
Thanks, Kendra and Liam. Taking a look at our tower cam behind me, East Lansing is definitely feeling warmer today. Grab a light jacket if you're heading out, but the colder weather is coming back to us next week. But first, let's zoom out and see what's happening across the country. Up in the Northeast, Portland and New York are both holding on to that chilly air. Portland is sitting at 34 and New York comes in at a 45. So definitely a cooler start for them. As we head south, things change quickly. Charleston is checking in at 64 and Atlanta is right there at 68, bringing a much more comfortable feel to the region. Out west, Los Angeles is looking pretty nice right now at 92 with plenty of sunshine, while Sacramento is just slightly cooler at 75, but still very pleasant. And of course, Seattle is living up to its rainy reputation. They're currently at 53. Now let's bring it closer to home and check out the Midwest. Around the region, things are looking fairly typical for this time of year. St. Louis comes in at 73 and Indianapolis is at 62, both enjoying a little bit of a warmer feel. Moving north, Chicago is currently at 59 and Green Bay is chilling out at 51. Here in Michigan, Marquette is sitting at 47 up in the UP with that colder air sticking around across the lower peninsula. Detroit and Grand Rapids are both at 52 and 53, warming up a bit. And like I promised earlier, the warm weather is coming. So here's a look at our East Lansing forecast today. We have reached a high of 54 with cloudy skies and a low near 30. Tomorrow the cold comes back in with a high around 38 and a low of 16. Sunday looks really cooler day with plenty of clouds as well. High near 27 and a low around 15. As we head into the next weeks, clouds build back and the milder air sticks with us. Expect highs around 40s with lows near 30s, and we could see some rain, so keep that umbrella close by. Overall, East Lansing is trending warmer, but it's not quite shorts and t-shirts weather yet. But it's definitely a step in the right direction. And if there's one thing we know about Michigan weather, it keeps us guessing. So enjoy the sun when it's here because it might not stick around forever. Kendra and Liam, back to you.
Thanks, Audrey. Speaking of the cold, it didn't deter guests from checking out some cool model trains. The Lansing Model Railroad Club hosted their annual open house featuring hundreds of model trains on display. Members of the club take pride in creating detailed versions of real trains. They also improved lighting and visibility to see trains from many vantage points to give visitors a full experience. Club Vice President Mason Parsons says there's a unique challenge that comes with building accurate model trains.
Learning about the history of the railroads and then trying to, implement some of that on the layout.
The next train show will be in November at the MSU Pavilion.
Nervous about finding a job? What about life after graduation? Find out some ways MSU supports students looking for career opportunities both on campus and off.
Plus, big contests for many Spartan sports this week. Wrapping up conference play, we'll have sports, but after the break. But first, what are students doing over spring break?
With some friends. I'm gonna go back home to Colorado.
I plan on going home and working.
For spring break, I'm going to the Bahamas.
We're gonna go on the first night to a hockey game.
We're doing like a little excursion and we're swimming with pigs.
We're seeing this band. They only have like 3 songs out. They're called Encryption, but making a road trip to go out and see them.
My favorite PSA.
All on high heat, faster drying, less waiting.
Bro, you're gonna ruin your laundry.
No, I'm not. I've been doing it this way all year.
What are you guys doing? You broke every laundry rule ever.
Rules? What are you talking about, bro? It's just laundry.
You overcrowded the dryer, turned it all the way up to high heat, and then you didn't even clean out the lint trap.
Whoa, 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 man. I didn't even know the lint trap was a real thing. I thought that was a myth.
What do you mean it's a myth? If you don't clean the lint trap, that's the best way to start a fire.
All right. Nate learns his lesson. Don't overload the dryer, clean the lint, and don't turn it up to high heat.
Boom! Laundry safety masters.
College graduation is just a few months away, and while some seniors are celebrating job offers, others are still searching for what comes next. Focal Point's Audrey Pelzik spoke to students about the pressure, preparation, and uncertainty surrounding life after graduation.
Caps, gowns, and countdowns to graduation are everywhere. But for many seniors, excitement is mixed with uncertainty about what comes after the diploma.
I applied to 80 different places, but they ended up declining my offer for an internship and then called me back and said they had an opening.
But not every senior is entering the workforce right away. Students like Natalie Leonardson are choosing to continue their education, using graduate school as the next step in their career path.
I feel a lot better. I feel like I am not having to worry about, these real life insurances and all those different things that come with getting a real job.
Career advisor Sean Brown says whether students enter the workforce, pursue graduate school, or are still exploring options, different timelines are completely normal.
I think there's always a normal level of apprehension, and then they hit that point of uncertainty. You don't know what's happening next.
Counselor Sean Brown says simply handing out your resume isn't going to work anymore.
If you apply to 100 jobs a day with resume materials, for example, that don't accurately sell your experiences, not accurate, successfully sell your experiences, you're not going to hear back from any of those because the showcase of those experiences isn't going to speak to employers.
Brown says students should continue networking, attend career fairs, and take advantage of campus resources before they graduate.
It's not anything to panic over. What I encourage people to do is take advantage of the resources as you go.
For many seniors, the transition out of college may feel uncertain, but students say they're learning to trust their individual path.
I know exactly what I'm doing and I don't have to worry about where I'm going to end up.
Advisors say students should remember that post-graduation success doesn't follow a single timeline. Reporting in East Lansing, I'm Audrey Pelzik, Focal Point News.
The Career Center says appointments and networking events will continue through the end of the semester for students seeking guidance before graduation.
Students attend career fairs typically to find jobs and internships in their majors, but a recent fair focused on jobs right on campus. The Residence Hall Association partnered with Career Services to host a career fair centered specifically for jobs on campus. Opportunities Campus partners help students learn about opportunities that fit work study and general part-time work. They offer positions in HR and internal work, graphic design, event planning, and advocacy to help students build soft skills. RHA President Lauren Pilon noticed that most career fairs don't have a lot on-campus representation due to cost. Her goal is to help make these opportunities more accessible.
The role is what you make of it.
Not only got to learn about different job opportunities that they can apply for in the upcoming semesters, but also just now have more general knowledge of the different departments and programming and just places that advertise there.
RHA has at least 10 open positions for the 2026 to 2027 school year. There are even more opportunities through other campus partners that can be found on Handshake.
Students aren't the only one making money moves. Our student athletics are doing it as well, with tons of big wins to recap.
We've got Layla over the sports desk to break down a week of Spartan athletics. Layla?
Thanks, guys. As winter returns this spring, the sports we love to watch are slowly coming to a close, but they aren't done just yet. Men's basketball is in the final part of its season and the toughest. The Spartans traveled to West Lafayette last night, hunting for their first win in Mackey Arena in 12 years against a number 8 Purdue. As you would expect from two squads fighting for Big Ten dominance, there were 12 lead changes and 7 ties in the game. MSU trailed at the end of the first half by 3, but with 4 Spartans in double figures, key defensive stops, MSU scraped by 76-74. Before that pivotal Purdue win, the MSU basketball team hosted the Ohio State Buckeyes in a Big Ten showdown last Sunday in a back-and-forth game. MSU struggled early on, turning over the ball the first few plays and a few more times throughout the first. A Cohen Carr dunk brought some much-needed life to the Spartans' offense, and Carson Cooper was able to keep it going with jumpers like this one. Jackson Kohler got a 3-pointer of his own, but the Spartans headed into halftime down by 3. In the second half, Cooper, Jordan Scott, and Jeremy Fears led MSU in double figures while simultaneously fighting off the Buckeye attack and getting the 66-60 win. The MSU Spartans will play at Indiana this Sunday, host Rutgers the following Thursday, and travel down to the Crisis Center later that Sunday to face our rival Michigan to conclude the regular season. MSU Women's Gymnastics also hosted some Buckeye visitors last week for its annual breast cancer awareness meet. Making her return to the vault for the first time in almost a month, Olivia Zarmani stuck the landing for a 9.95. As a team, the Spartans scored their second highest on the vault with a 49.375. Senior Nikki Smith and junior Michaela Tucker shared the uneven bars title with a 9.9. While the beam rotation for MSU wasn't as strong, Katie Duplessis helped them in a lead with a 9.85. Smith led the Spartans on the floor with a 9.975, and as a team, the Spartans achieved the 5th highest team floor score with a 49.6. MSU won the meet with a final score of 197.3 to 196.85. The number 11 Spartans now travel to Minnesota for the Big Four meet between the Golden Gophers, Illy, and Scarlet Knights on March 1st. The MSU basketball team beat the Gymnastics to the punch, though, recently traveling down to the Williams Arena for their own contest against Minnesota. The Spartans had a slow start in the first against the Gophers' tight defense, but picked up their game in the second. Both Jaylen Brown and Kennedy Blair helped MSU gain control of the game, getting a double-digit win, 75-61. The Spartans have their final game against Ohio State this Sunday at Breslin Center. That's what's happening this week in sports. Kendra and Liam, back to you.
Thanks, Layla. With conference play wrapping up, it's going to be fun to have so many teams to cheer for. But it's not only the D1 teams that are making an impact.
That's right. A sport inspired by Harry Potter is keeping mischief managed and gaining attention on campus, not just for competition, but for inclusivity. Quadball is creating a space where every athlete feels welcome. Quadball, based on the fictional sport Quidditch from the series Harry Potter, is a fully co-ed sport where athletes of all genders compete together on the same field. The team welcomes players of all experience levels, including those who have never played a sport before or may not have felt comfortable in traditional athletics. Senior Jackson Macy says creating an LGBTQ+ friendly environment and a strong sense of community is a priority, ensuring every player feels valued.
A mixed gender team and having LGBTQ+ support and everything.
I think it's very important because you don't want to get anyone to feel left out. Everyone is important in something, and just getting everyone all together in itself and building this whole community and just playing quadball in itself, it's a really good feeling to do.
At Fly, the athletes say that quadball is an experience that's magical, unlike any other.
Well, that's our show for today. We appreciate you joining us. We're gonna take a week off.
Hey, but before we go, we will leave you with some of the sounds of the Michigan State University Wind Symphony and the newfound chamber winds. See you next time on Focal Point.